Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Master Division in the Grand Forest Tournament of Golf Clash the game. Video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That would mean a lot and you will support the channel a lot because you can subscribe for free. Also go to golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content, also for free, link in the description down below. And last but not least, for those that do want to invest a little bit more in your game to get the absolute best guides on the market for tour and tournament play, you go to patreon.com/golfclashtommy and get your package there. Can we get this video to 200 thumbs up? That would be amazing and I would be very thankful for that. Follow the info box on the right hand side. I will give out the club distance adjustment, the elevation adjustment, also what type of ball and club I suggest you to use. There is plenty of drops in this playthrough, and these shots will help you tremendously if you do play Master. But be prepared, we're playing with special ball in Master, and that is something that we always will do here on the channel, so have that in mind if you're gonna test out the toughest division in the game. In the end though, let's go to hole number 1. For hole number 1, we are going to use a Centurion here. So we're going back to use a power 3 ball instead of using a win 5 ball here, as I've been doing for the latest couple of times. We're going to start at the plus 5 yard mark. Unfortunately, the replay doesn't show that, but it's at the plus 5 yard mark, half of the red ring inside the rough, max top spin and 2 bars of side spin to the right. Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment, and then we will apply curl. And the curl is simple. We will have the left side of the ball just outside the right side triangle, as you can see there. So that is a reference mark that you're using, and that is a very easy one to remember, and it will help you tremendously to get the correct curl all the time. Now we're looking to get this ball up to somewhere between 380 and 390 yards. From 390 yards, we will be playing a short iron to the pin, and we're gonna look here, we're gonna play this one 42% slider with 20% over adjustment. That goes with the Falcon level 8, and the Thorn level 8 and 9 is what you're gonna use there. And I would recommend that if you do play with a Thorn, you pull like over the bullseye, because that is what we do with the Falcon all the time, just to get the same thing every single time. So 20%, 42% slider from 390. I would, however, though recommend, if you do have a drive that is shorter than 380, I would recommend you to add a decimal. And the reason I do go right side of the cup is that I actually play this one 44% slider, but I modified it and we're gonna play 42% slider for the next time from 390. And I do believe that this one is going to have to be a must to drop in Master. For hole number 2, we're going to start with a power 0 ball to find minimum distance. If you have the possibility to play with power 0, win 5, side spin 3, do so. Red ring by the rough line in complete minimum distance, 3 bars of side spin to the right and 1.2 bars of top spin. Adjustment is then going to be minimum distance with a 15% over adjustment, power 1 ball settings. I'm trying to have a slight 12-01 pull angle here, but honestly I'm debating with myself if it wouldn't be better to go without that pull angle looking at the wrestle. But this ball is very hard to center, so I don't really know if I'm slightly under adjusting this shot here. Could be, to be honest. Perfect ball, and we will see the ball bounce on the fairway, then on the fairway, over the rough, and then roll towards the green. And honestly, can we be closer than this? Like, come on, that's like a 720 around the hole. Honestly though, this is a good chance making an hole-in-one. For those of you being low on win 5, power 0, side spin 3 balls, then once you have made your adjustment, you can change to a power 1, side spin 3, win 5 ball instead. For hole number 3, we're going to play on the right side, and if you have the possibility to it, play with the Megalodon ball, as it will reduce the wind and it will help you tremendously, especially for the second shot. It also gives you a way of just doing one pull with your drive. If you don't have a Megalodon ball, go with another ball that do have a power 5, but then in that case wind 3, and that's why I do have the stealth in the info box on the right. So you can play with both. Adjustment max +5 power 5 ball settings, and then we do have 1.5 ball outside the adjustment ring to the left. Then it's time to take our shot, and then we bounce, and then we go to the right side of the shadow, and 356 yard mark is the best. But the thing that we're gonna look for here when it comes to the approach is that we're first and foremost going to add 4.2 topspin. So we add 4.2, and then we're looking to have the top of the blue ring to be approximately like halfway outside the shadow in that little gap, with the ball guideline going just right off the pin. You can see there, and then we do have the +11 yard mark. So what does that mean? +11 yard mark, I'm gonna take a look here so I give you the correct. +11 yard mark is going to be played at medium distance, no elevation when it comes to our slider. And when it comes to our adjustment here, we're looking to go with a pull angle that is straight up, or like a 12, if that makes sense. And obviously we need it perfect. And that's the issue with the sniper, because if we do it perfect, we're either going to get this ball to go in the hole, or we're going to get this ball to just barely miss on rolling back. But now this one goes right at pin, which is lovely. And the thing is though, we need to have a lot of component there is a lot of component with the second shot, but I do believe if you study this one, take some notes, you will have no issues getting this ball to be close for an albatross. For hole number 4, we're looking to play a no movement shot. So the thing that I want you to do is to play with a power 1 ball if possible. If you are low on power 1 balls, play with a power 2 ball instead. Important part when it is a no movement is to not touch your target until it's time to adjust the rings. Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment, power 1 ball numbers, and we're looking to have a slight 1159 pull angle, which you can see here I didn't, but that is what we kind of want to have. Now, when we do have 7.8 here, we will see ourselves hitting perfect. And the plan is to get the ball to bounce on the fairway up towards the green area and then fall down in towards the pin. Unfortunately, we do come in a little bit too high here and just barely miss the cup. And the thing here that I will have to have that I do think we need to do is with a medium wind, like between 7.7 and like 8.2, we need to add 0.1 to our adjustment. If we do have a low wind, like wind below 7.7, we play as it is with max +10, and with a high wind like an 8.3, 8.4 and higher, then we do play with 0.2 addition to our adjustment to get that one more correct. I'm not expecting this one to drop all the time, but I'm definitely very interested in the way that the ball rolls towards the pin, and I do think that this will be the better way to play hole number 4. The second of the par 4, which has a very easy wind, and we are driving the green. Here I make it simple. Max distance, I put myself directly at the tree. To give you another reference, half of the blue ring on the fairway with a POC 7 and a POC 8, a POC 5 and a POC 6, you do have the red ring by the rough line. Adjustment, maximum distance with no elevation is the plan, and then once we're done we push up to max, and we will apply topspin based on a specific table that I do have, and I will share that in just a bit. 1 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right, hit perfect. You would rather hit great left than you want to hit great right. So if you have the tendency to hit great right, then may move your target like half a ring more to the left than explained here. So when it comes to the topspin here, my friends, we are going to play with the wind between 13.6, 14.2. We go with 5.5 topspin, and then for every 5 miles per hour, we are then reducing with half a bar of topspin. So for an example, 15.4 to 16.1, we use 4 bars of topspin. Then you will see that ball being either on the fringe or just before the fringe or on the green. And I rather want us to come in short than I want us to come in long, because long means rough. Then I'd rather take a short wedge before the green and lock in the eagle, because honestly that's what we're looking for, even though it is a bit exciting to see us being close to an hole-in-one on a par 4. For hole number 6, I've played a couple of different power hooks here, but in the end I'm not really thrilled of any of them, because there is so much risk and the reward would be like maximum distance long iron, which isn't really a reward in my opinion. So the thing that I'm doing is that I'm using a Centurion ball, half of the white ring inside the rough with a POC 5 and a POC 6. And then with a POC 7 and a POC 8, I use the right side of the white ring by the rough. 5 topspin, 3 bars of side spin to the right, apply max a curl to the right combined with 4 rings of overpower. And when we do play with a club like the POC, the accuracy is honestly a very good one. Sure, a POC 5, a POC 6, you need to be, you know, a bit scared of a double great right, double great left is no problem. So that is something to have in mind. We're looking to get the ball to around 375 yard mark. From there, we're gonna play a sniper, and there you can see we have maximum distance, so we'll be in approximately medium distance of our club. But due to the headwind and due to how much the ball will be affected when bouncing over the bunker, we do need to adjust for max. So I'm adding 3 left spin, half a bar of backspin, aiming approximately 1 green square to the right of the pin, and now I'm going with a pretty heavy 1159 here for my approach. Why did I do that? It's because I just wanted to have the ball miss right, because every other attempt I've been missing left. So I want to miss right if I'm going to miss, and here you can see perfect ball, and you will notice that I will miss right side of the pin. So what would we do? We would in that case aim directly at the pin and keep the pull angle and then try to hit perfect. And that is what, at least what I'm going to continue with the next time. This is a very difficult hole to drop, and I believe we will see very few albatrosses, even though we will see some, but there will be very few and very hard to replicate. For hole number 7, we're gonna do a ball swap. We start with a power 3 ball like the Centurion or Kingmaker, whatever. You do need at least 2 bars of side spin though. 2 bars of backspin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. I'm aiming for the ball guideline to, you see, it's just in between the dark and the bright green square row there. Sure, we don't like offset, but I think this is very good to have, because 3 bars of side spin to the left, we will have to aim very close to the edge of the rough on the right. This one here though will, with a minor great left or a great right, still clip the rough. Yeah, trust me, I've done both. So that double great left, double great right obviously won't. So in the end though, we're looking to adjust minimum distance and no elevation here. The ball clipped the rough and it rolls towards the pin for a lovely hole-in-one. This is a very good shot, but obviously there is different wind angles, so we do need to adapt for that. So in the end, it's a makeable shot, but it's a tough one. If you don't have Wind 5 power 0 balls, you can use a Wind 5 power 1 ball instead, because it doesn't really matter. Use whatever ball you have, but importance is the wind resistance 5. Also, one last thing is when you're going to pull your ring, zoom in as much as you can, otherwise the tree will be in your face. For hole number 8, I want you to play with the Apocalypse level 7 or 8. If you don't have that club, you play with the Thor's Hammer level 6 plus. Add as much topspin possible, 1 bar of left spin. You're looking for the second bounce to be just clipped out from the rough there, okay? That is what we're looking for. Once that is done, we will be adjusting for maximum distance with no elevation. You that have, you know, that paid attention, you can see that I do have a power 5 and a power 4 ball suggested in the info box. And why is that? It's because with a Thor's Hammer, it is recommended to play with a power 5 ball with a win 4 if possible, otherwise with a win 5. If you do play with Apocalypse, we'll say, then you play with a power 4 wind 4. If you don't have any power 5 balls and only have the Thor's Hammer, go with the power 4 wind 4. And that is how I'm trying to at least design this type of hole. We are getting the ball down, as you can see, down the fairway, and then we're gonna have more or less a straight headwind approach towards the pin, which is a wedge that if we miss that one, we shouldn't be playing master. That is as hard I need to be when it comes to a wedge like that. Maximum distance, no elevation, and the maximum distance, no elevation, the power ball setting is all based on what ball you're having. So if you play power 5 ball, you use power 5 ball settings. If you have power 4 ball, you use power 4 ball settings. A great left or a great right may risk clipping the tree, but if you do hit perfect and you have set up your target as you should, I can almost promise you that you will be down on the fairway every single time, and then it should be a very easy eagle. For hole number 9, I will be using max topspin 1 bar of side spin to the right. And then we will play with the top of the yellow ring by the rough line. And we're looking to have the ball guideline just in between the rough to the left and to the right. Here, I do feel that we're a little bit too much to the left. We could move half our ring more to the right and be positioned a little bit better. Medium distance with a 10% over adjustment. Yes, we're not going to play max. Medium distance plus 10 is enough. Now we're going to take our shot, and we're planning on obviously hitting perfect, and we do want this ball to roll as far down the fairway possible. You may be wondering, why don't I use the fairway on the right? It's because then I will have to go with curl, and if we do have a lot of topspin like this, then it will be no issue. Those of you having a POC 5s, a POC 6, if you then have a Thor's Hammer level 6 plus, which is easier to get than the Apocalypse level 7, then I would recommend to use that club instead with the same type of measurement, with same type of adjustment to get it just down the fairway. Second shot, we are going to play with our Cataclysm if we do have it in level 7 plus. If we don't have the level 7, I would recommend the Horizon, and this only because of the ball guideline. We do want to aim on the right side of the rough there, and you can see here that I'm looking at my ball guideline to be approximately 1 green square before the pin. See here, but that is, and once we have done that, my recommendation is to pull back 1 ring. And the reason we want to pull back is because we will get this little extra push from the wind, and in that case we will see that ball go too far. So my recommendation, pull back 1 ring after your adjustment and then take your shot. So it bounces on the fairway, it will get into the rough. You can see that roll is nice though, but we do miss high off the pin, and we need a pullback of 1 ring to have a chance for that one to drop. I do believe we will see that one to drop maybe a time or 2. That is at least what I hope, but this is a very difficult hole getting an albatross on, so if you get a drop, then hopefully you prepare that drop for the weekend round. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Master Division here in the Grand Forest Tournament in Golf Clash the game. Make sure you hit thumbs up before you go, and if you do want to have the ultimate tournament guide for all the division, not just for Master, you go to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. A massive good luck in your Golf Clash game.